Hey guys, and welcome to the first episode of Money Making Face Off, where we will be comparing two God Wars Dungeon 1 bosses, being kree'arra and Krill aka Zamorak. So when you're ready, grab your cup of tea, sit back and enjoy. Now before I start off the video, I just want to give a little shout out to Stefan. He was a friend of mine on Runescape, and he recently quit the game, and he gave away like 2 billion GP, which is his entire bank, and he gave me 520 million in stuff. And I just want to say thank you, because this is more or less the biggest donation to my YouTube channel, indirectly I suppose. But yeah, donation is a donation, or just getting free money. And yeah, thank you Stefan, and it's sad to see you go, that's for sure. Anyways, let's move on with the video. So this is the first episode of the money making face off with kree'arra versus Krill. So I killed them both for 1 hour, and I know that isn't very accurate for bossing because it's more or less just RNG. So more or less the comparison comes down to the luck at the boss drops, but I will also be comparing the standard drops in terms of value. Now I know for a fact that Krill is much better money than Armadillo, just from the pure standard drops. But yeah, I still think this will be a very interesting first episode, especially because Krill is more or less the easiest God Wars Dungeon 1 boss, and kree'arra is one of the hardest God Wars Dungeon 1 bosses. In fact, I do think kree'arra is the hardest of the four. That, of course, is only the case if you're a mid-level player without soul split and good range gear, because if you do have good range gear and let's say tier 80 or tier 90 weapon and soul split, you can literally AFK Armadillo. Now, if you're interested in AFKing Armadillo, I do have a guide on my channel, which I'll link in the description below and in the card section of the video. Now let's move on to the loot, because that's the part you guys have been waiting for. So for the loot from Armadillo, it was 360k in standard drops and a mere 316k, so more or less the instant fees, in coin drops. But we got a total of 3 drops. We got Armadillo gloves, an Armadillo chestplate, and an Armadillo hilt. And all of this in just 1 hour of Armadillo. Now I have around 1700 KC, and I was hoping for pet that would make this the best hour of Armadillo ever, like 3 drops, 8 million total GP, and the pet drop. But sadly we did not get the pet drop, which is a shame. I mean, in terms of drops, Armadillo is absolute shite, because these standard drops, like the bird's nest, they're just worth pretty much nothing anymore. Like, you can make more from the kill counts, which drops, or the Avanches, they drop, you know, adamant bars and stuff, which you can see on screen. That's just from 40kc, by the way, so they are much better money than the boss itself in terms of standard drops. But then again, you know, the 3 drops of Armadillo pieces or armor just made that hour amazing. 8 mil for an hour of God Wars Dungeon 1 semi-AFKing is absolutely great. Now, not necessarily a spoiler, but I feel like I've pretty much used up all my luck at that hour of Armadillo, because I did the hour of Krill straight afterwards and I received 0 drops. But, like I said before, Krill is actually better money consistently from the drops themselves, without the rare drops included. Well, I did get 1 drop, which is technically not really a good drop, but it's a rare drop, a God Wars Shard 3. So, I made a total of 1 million GP from the standard drops from Krill. The most of that GP is in the Zami wines, of course. And of course the rune ores from the spring cleaner that crushed the rune items. Now, 1 million GP in standard drops isn't bad at all. In fact, I also gained 450k GP from just the coin drops as well, making this a 1.5 million an hour boss if you get unlucky. But if I had any drop, it could have been 4, 5, 6 million GP for just that hour, but I did not, so. So what conclusion can we draw out of this? Krill is better money if you're unlucky, and kree'arra is nice to AFK, and if you're lucky it can be good money and ranged experience. Now, Krill is amazing magic or defense experience as well. That's why I like God Wars Dungeon 1 bosses compared to God Wars Dungeon 2. They're very relaxing, easy money, and good combat experience. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this first episode of the money making face-offs. Now, I have a huge amount of ideas for this series, so there's more to come. Catch you guys later. Peace.
When you're feeling Looking down on your luck, you're tired and stuck. Enough is enough, you gotta pick yourself up, cause life gets hard, it might leave scars.